Good morning, Zio here, and today we're talking NFTs. There's not really a whole lot to show, so yeah. Go ahead and grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? But yeah, this might seem familiar if you watched yesterday's video about it, because we bumped over to it for a second. But I really don't have another placeholder to put here in the screen. There. Anyway. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to put over there, so this is what we're going to look at, this Bored Ape Yacht Club thing. But yeah, NFTs. Gaming is heading towards NFTs. This is a talk that I wanted to have with a few people, D-Pad Chad and Chris from the Crowcrest and stuff, but we never really could get together and actually record properly. So, you know, between the holidays, vacations, people getting sick, and a bunch of other stuff, I'm just going to have this chat right now with you guys instead, you know, instead of having them with me. But yeah. So NFTs, the good, the bad, the ugly, what are we talking about? NFTs in gaming. So, in my opinion, NFTs in gaming can be used very, very good. However, I think companies are not going to use them as such. As they stand right now, there's a lot of things like NFT art floating around like this, and apparently I guess people get really hot and bothered when you go ahead and you take that art and then you right click and save it as for some reason, and then say save said piece of art and have it. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I saw an article upset because people were stealing thousands of, or you know, hundreds of you know, gigs, thousands of gigs. Actually, there's a file out there with every NFT on the market right now. It is over 1 terabyte large. You can go and download from GitHub or someplace. Megafile, I don't remember where exactly it is, but it contains a copy of every single NFT that apparently is currently in existence, and it's over 1 terabyte long, or 1 terabyte long, over 1 terabyte large, and yeah, so that exists. That's one of the reasons I think a lot of us, especially myself, look at these things and go, what is wrong with you people? There is no way, no way somebody is really wanting to offer $2,610 for this stupid piece of monkey art that I can literally right click and save and throw it on the background of whatever the hell it is that I want to do, right? Or share it on Twitter or this, that, and the other. The thing is, of course, you know, it's an NFT, right? It's a non-fungible token, and that is the one thing you can't save. But as for the art itself, go ahead and grab it. Nobody's going to stop you. They can't. They can try, but they really can't. Anyway, so now that we're on that and we've explained that sort of thing, gaming companies are getting onto it. And we saw Ubisoft do it, right? They had like a couple of things, a helmet, some trousers or whatnot, that would generate a NFT giving you the skin asset, right? And it required hundreds of hours of gameplay in order to unlock these things, which, you know, is something that's probably obtainable for something that is currently hot and everybody's playing, like, I don't know, Fortnite or Halo Infinite right now. But for the game that they chose to do all this on, it's probably the worst game ever to have picked. It has a very small player base. Nobody really cares about it. And the last time I looked, which it's been about a week or two since I looked, the last time I looked, I think only 3 or 4 were actually in existence, right? And nobody was buying them. And they tried to sell it. Nobody wanted it. Nobody cared to pay that much money for it. So essentially what they're doing is they're taking a problem that the gaming companies have currently created. What is that problem, you say? That problem is cosmetics locked behind dollar boxes, right? Which it sucks. I'm not exactly completely offended by the fact that so much is locked behind a money value. It really, really, really sucks when every cosmetic in the game is locked behind a dollar. Like, I don't know, Halo Infinite. Yeah, that one. You can go and buy the entire game if you want. And almost every cosmetic, with the exception of a few charms or whatnot, and maybe one or two other thing, is locked behind a season pass that you have to purchase and participate in. I hate that. I really do. If you're gonna pay $60 for a game, you should get everything that game has to offer. If you're gonna pay full price for it, either launch the whole thing completely free and do that, or yeah, anyway, we're not here to talk about nickeling and diming on that. We're talking NFTs, right? So yeah, that's what gaming companies are doing. They're going to lock things behind NFTs under this play to earn thing, which is no different than what we used to do, right? You played, you earned the thing, and you had access to it. Which, you know, on one hand, I'm not sure if I should really be upset with that or should be, right? Because even though it is now an NFT, you know, if the only way to actually earn it is to play the game and unlock certain achievements and do certain things, right? Like maybe have a 20 kill streak or something. You know, that's still impressive. That's an impressive feat, and you unlock the cosmetic to show it off, right? So on one hand, I'm like, I'm okay with this because it then puts things back to the way they used to be, right? Yeah. It maybe removes things from constantly being behind said paywall all the time. I'm okay with that. Now, here's the other thing. The good thing about all this stuff is if the companies actually put things into a marketplace, right? They actually create a marketplace for you to properly sell these things. That's the one thing I've always never cared about, like the real money auction house to a thing. Yes, that actually gives you a way to make money for playing your favorite games. I've just never really cared for it. It's something that Diablo actually did for Diablo 3, and then they shortly removed it a little while later because it went wild, I guess is the best way to put it. And a lot of the players didn't like it and all this other stuff, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, you still wind up locking things behind real money at that point. But you have the option to, of course, earn that thing yourself. So that's always a thing that I'm kind of okay with. So it's this weird thing. Now, why the push for NFTs? The systems and the ability to do all this stuff already exists, right? You know, you can look at any modern MMO right now, and they're going to have a market board. They're going to have an auction house. They're going to have the galactic market, or whatever variant, whatever it is that they're calling it, where people can sell items they found in game to other players for in-game monies and stuff like that, or in-game resources and do trading that way and stuff. You know, the systems already exist for all this, so why the NFT? And this is where things get a little bit more shadowy, right? Not really shadowy, but, you know, it's the dark underbelly. It's the thing they're not going to tell you. Now, if you take this picture here, right, and you've created this NFT, you own that NFT. In that NFT, you can actually code it to where every time this NFT is sold, maybe 2% of that, you know, price, you know, the thing it gets sold for and gets transferred through the crypto wallets and all that good stuff, always goes to you. It 2% will always go into your crypto wallet, which is really cool. I'm not going to lie. If you are an artist and you are participating in this sort of thing, that means no matter what happens, you've just successfully taken out the middleman to facilitate these kinds of things, and you always get your money no matter what. You don't have to worry about some auction place, you know, stealing from you or whatnot and taking a little extra off the top and you know, all this other stuff, because if you've got the NFT set up, the 2% always goes to you. It doesn't matter if this particular picture is sold 5 times or 500 times, every sell you get 2% of that. That's actually pretty cool. That's where the companies are also planning to make a bunch of money. Mark my words, they haven't come out and said this, but I guarantee this is what they want to do. They want to take that helmet. They want to take that weapon skin. They want to take whatever it is that you've created as an NFT by playing their game, and they want you to sell that item, because every time you sell that item, and then that person sells that item, and then that person sells that item, they're always going to get a percentage of that sell, whether that sell is $5 or $5,000. And of course, the higher the price it goes, based on maybe scarcity of said item, they're going to make even more. Even if an item crosses hands 5,000 times at 25 cents a pop, they're still getting a little bit from each time that item is being sold. And that's probably where they're shooting for. They haven't outright said this yet, but I guarantee, as I went and I dug and learned about NFTs, how they function and everything, I found that little tidbit out and was like, that's it. That has got to be the key. That is why companies like Square Enix here is pushing NFTs, why Ubisoft is pushing NFTs, why anyone in any company is pushing NFTs, is because of that right there. If they can get those items to start selling, then they start making passive income off of every single sell on that. So yeah, that's the big reveal. Another thing when it comes to NFTs, I think NFTs actually could be really good if used different ways. Like, you know how Nintendo comes out with a new console, right? Right now it's the Switch. And before that, of course, it was the Wii U, and then the Wii, and so on and so forth. And they have a virtual console. And you buy Zelda, the original Zelda, the original gold cart Zelda, right? And you rebuy it for $5 or whatever the price tag is for it every time that system comes out, because you love playing that game. You don't play it all the time. You play it maybe once or twice a year, but you do enjoy playing it. And you want to go back through it, and then you realize, oh, well, I got the Switch. I need to go to the virtual console and re-download it, right? And you re-download it. What would be really cool and really great if companies actually would do that is if the games themselves generated an NFT, right? If you bought Zelda or Link to the Past or whatever it is, and you got an NFT for it, and then they developed a new system, like the next Xbox after the Series X and S, or, you know, the PS6, or the Switch 2D, whatever it is that they decide they want to go with for their next console, comes out, but you own the NFT to Zelda, right? And then you could just get onto that console and say, hey, look, in my wallet, because it's linked to everything, I've got the NFT for a Zelda copy. I would like that here too. And then you were able to download it and never again have to pay, you know, the virtual console price for a game that you already own 15 copies for. That would be cool. Is it going to happen? Probably not. They're probably going to stick with what I talked about earlier and never expand upon it beyond that. But yeah, Square was talking about user-generated content. So pretty much take that into what we were talking about with pictures, but with user-generated content and people actually selling said mods, right? It's been done before, and it is done somewhat. Like, Bethesda still has their Bethesda store where they, I guess, make some mods. They're premium mods kind of deal. You know, but for the most part, the modding community kind of runs off donations and things like that. But if it ever got to the point that you wanted to put lightsabers in the new Elder Scrolls and somebody makes this banger of a lightsaber mod where it decides they're going to sell it for 50 cents and, codes it as an NFT and saying that the NFT can never sell less than 50 cents or something like that. And then they get 2% of every sale that is done through that and all this other stuff as their handling price or whatnot for originally making it out there, and then they pump a bunch of them out there, and then they get sold and bounced around and all this other stuff. That's a thing that could happen too. But yeah, I think that's where we're at right now. Can't remember if I had other things to talk about when it comes to NFTs, but yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I guess I'm going to enjoy my new ape art. Yeah, see ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.